wrestling. This is our like recap show that we like to do once in a while. We're talking about Commercial Mania 42.
I love it. Commercial Mania 42, bro. Holy smokes.
We're going to have Commercial Mania, and then we're going to have Saudi Mania next year.
So this year, you could say it was Commercial Mania. I would go a step further and say it was Hulk Hogan biography Commercial Mania.
Yeah, so that
like it was mostly just commercials and scenes from the Hulk Hogan biography.
That's the thing. About. So like so you guys were watching like the international version, so you're getting like the Netflix feed, whereas I was watching on ESPN. So all I was getting was ESPN ads.
Feed from,
So it was really stupid because like they're trying to sell you ESPN when you're watching ESPN, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Or what? I don't get it.
It's really, really irritating. So yeah, WrestleMania 42, dude, Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. They sold like 106,000 something tickets.
Like 106K.
Which is less than last year.
Combined, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've never given a fuck one time about the numbers from any company. And I think it's weird when I think about it now, because it's like they're just shoving, like they're going, hey, we sold 50,000 tickets at these wicked inflated prices you guys are pissed about.
Yeah.
Cool. Like no one cares, dude. We just want to see the matches and the stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just want to see the matches and the stories.
Yeah. I mean, again, I felt like it was just ad central. I think the problem I had,
ridiculous ad situation, bro.
The problem I had with it is that there's like, so you have normally on these PLEs, you'd have like video packages that build these matches. And it almost felt like in place of those video packages, you just had advertisements.
Scenes from the Hulk Hogan biography.
Right.
That's what you had. 5-minute long scenes from the Hogan biography. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Never, ever do that again.
And part of it, though, is like they didn't build some of these matches very well anyway. So, like, what are they even going to use?
Yeah, they barely had. It was such a weird choice to me. It's like either they consciously chose to forego like their own storytelling for the shows in order to squeeze out some more ad dollars, or they didn't do the video packages because they knew they didn't have any story. So it's like,
it's one or the other. It's literally either one or the other, and neither one is good.
Neither one's good, and it's a bummer, because I will say, bell to bell, a lot of the matches of this pay-per-view were really good. They actually were.
I thought the matches weren't bad. I just think they were short.
A lot of them were too short. Some of them were fine. Like some of them I had no issue with, especially like both main events I loved.
Yes.
And we'll get there. I don't want to jump around, but yeah, the advertising was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
It was way too much.
I don't know. I think overall, I was not, I mean, I guess we'll talk about overall later, but it was just one of these things where you like, it felt like the show also was kind of short. Like you're starting at like 6 p.m. Eastern.
It was short.
Yeah. And then it was like, like last night, it was over by like 9:30. It wasn't even 10 o'clock. I don't think.
I wouldn't have hated it. I wouldn't have hated it if there wasn't so much ad time. But there was like, 7 matches one night, 6 or 7 the other. It was like 7 and 7, I think. Maybe I have that wrong. 6 and 6, something like that.
7 on the first night, it looks like. And then, I don't know, like 7. Yeah, maybe 7 the other night. Depends on what you want to. I don't know. I have a lot of weird shit that
it don't matter
in between too.
That's true. The point is, I didn't mind the fact that it wasn't 6 hours each night, because it would have been 4 full hours of ads.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I said it when we were watching. I was like, well, why is it even 2 nights anymore? Like, don't do 2 nights.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can do all this in one night, I think.
It doesn't even need to be 2 nights. But if it's gonna be 2 nights, add matches to both nights.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of extra bullshit.
Yeah.
Or just give every match more time. Like they could have had it go 5 hours both nights instead of, what was it, 3 to 3.5 max both nights.
Yeah.
They could have had it gone 5 both nights and just given every match like a half hour and people would have went crazy.
Mhm.
Or given like the last few matches a half hour and then do like a couple matches that are 20, a couple that are 10, and a couple that are, shorter, or one that's shorter to start off. And, I don't know. I'm like the pacing. We're spitballing ideas, but realistically, with how many ads there were, the pacing was never going to work. I don't think the pacing was ever going to work with how many ads there were, because no matter what, they made sure that the energy was long gone before the next thing started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was noticeable for me. It was noticeable for me in the main event of night 1, when they were really trying to like slow down and bring the crowd down so they could get them back. And it felt like they were doing that for way too long, because as the viewer getting sucked out of all the ads so much, it felt like they didn't need to slow down. It had been slowed down for them by ad breaks constantly, and they needed to get fucking going.
Yeah. And last year when they were on Peacock, I think it was last year they were on Peacock still. So they
last year they were, right?
Yeah,
it was like the very last year. Yeah,
you could buy Peacock like premium or whatever. You'd upgrade to the next tier, and you wouldn't have the ads. You'd have the actual video packages, right? So I don't know why they didn't do something like that this year, but it was just globally
maybe
everybody
they did,
just
and I didn't
ads.
know.
No, just everybody got ads.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Is everybody got ads?
Yep.
And I feel like, there's nothing really more to say about the ad thing. It's annoying. We all know what it is. It's just greed. And there's no way to avoid it being just greed. So it's like, in that regard, I just go, yeah, all right. Like, where the match is good. And the answer for a lot of them is yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There were a few that were like, or even just whatever, you know what I mean? But there were a few that were legitimately really good. Let's get into it.
I think I was just kind of bothered by, like, if you're going to have ads like that, just make them actual ads instead of showing me the same ones over and over.
That's right.
Are they really making money off that?
I'm with you on that. Yeah, just playing the same ads over and over again is like,
I don't get it.
Can you give me anything else? Anything else? I'd rather see ads for shit that's not even real at that point.
Yeah, like literally give me like Oral-B commercials. Like, I don't give a shit.
That's so dumb. That's so funny. You're like, I definitely don't have anything to do with dental hygiene. That's not what you meant, but that's funny though. All right. So the very first match of the weekend was the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision and IShowSpeed. IShowSpeed was he the only famous dude? I never saw anybody even questioning him being involved. It was almost like everybody just took one look at what he's already done in wrestling, which is not, it's not like he's had a match or anything, but just like the couple little times he's shown up on, like, LA Knight tossing him into his camera was funny. Him getting speared by Braun. So, like, I think people had seen enough to go, that dude, I bet he's actually going to be fine. And he was. And it was no issue. The match was fine. It wasn't like the craziest match you've ever seen. It was short, as are a bunch of matches we're going to talk about felt like they were too short. But
I think a lot of the celebrity stuff went towards Jelly Roll and
that's right,
like Pat McAfee. You know what I mean? Like all the focus went on that.
I want to say it's funny you say that, because it was literally just the same bullshit almost. It was like all they ended up doing was setting up for fucking Speed to hit that huge splash, which looked great. He did a really good job with it. It looked cool. It was viral moment or whatever, you know? big deal. But that was cool. Like, no disrespect to that. But then in the main event, the way that they decide to get rid of fucking McAfee and Jelly Roll is with a fucking put him through a table spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was like at least they knew they fucked it and were trying to listen to the fans and go, let's get these guys out of here. And the whole time Michael Cole's on the mic going, yes, screw these guys. Let's just have an actual main event match between two guys that we've wanted to see have a main event match for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, why? And so I liked that they actually acknowledged it on the broadcast. Having said that, just don't book that to begin with. So
yeah,
you can't be like, oh, they nailed it. They would have nailed it if they didn't book that to begin with. So, I mean, Disaster Recovery was okay. But
it's basically about them having viral moments, and that's really what it comes down to, especially with Speed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like his audience is just trying to get that anyway, you know?
Yep. And having said that, kid's athletic and he sold good. It was like, yeah, I'd like to see him around again. He's the only one of them that I really care if I ever see again, because he doesn't seem to be a piece of shit human and he's super athletic. And he actually seems like if he learned how to do it, he seemed like he could learn it. Like he was taking to it easily. So I don't feel like that's going to be the last time we see Speed. That's for sure. No. But we will see him team up with Logan Paul and Austin Theory again. That's for sure, because that didn't go well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next match was the first real match. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. And how ironic is that? A real match, and it was an unsanctioned match. And what did that mean? They did give a funny intro to it when the commentator was like, not commentator, but the ring announcer was like, something along the lines of, due to this being an unsanctioned match, like, we won't be liable for whatever shit happens. And when I heard it, the first thing I thought of was like, what, are they going to go in the crowd and someone might get hurt in the crowd?
That stuff's always funny as hell.
It's just...
They're just like, well,
it's like, no.
At the same time, they're like broadcasting it worldwide on like a major network, and you're just like,
no, I get that.
It's just like a fancy way of saying no holds barred. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's all it was. A lot of no holds barred stuff going on.
I thought the match was fine. Like, I feel like was okay. Yeah, they could have done more with this, I think. But it seemed like it seemed like it was a little rushed. Like, it almost felt like they didn't have the time for it.
Agreed. It felt like every match was rushed, because if they all were like 80% entrances and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, it was all these grand entrances and this long ramp that takes forever to get there. And by the time the match happens, they got 4 minutes. And it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, because they got to get back to their fucking ads.
You know, these guys can do a good 4 minutes, but you know what else Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu could do? A good half hour.
Yeah.
And it's like,
they basically, like, they had a toolbox and like they had some table spots. Like, it wasn't like it was anything wild, you know. But also, it's WWE. No. They're not going to put a needle through somebody's face. So
no, and I don't know that they ever need to. You know what I mean? Really. That's not their thing. Let AEW do weird needle shit. They're great too. The AEW crushes, and their last pay-per-view was a week ago, and it was fucking incredible. Totally different feel, totally different presentation and product. And personally, I thought Dynasty, I like the format. Like, if we're nothing to do with like the people wrestling, anything like that, I way prefer that format of like a single night that's just absolutely epic and has a ton of matches that get as much time as they want.
Yeah,
like, of course.
I thought it was a better show. I thought it was a better show than this weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, you could argue that for sure. You could. I think all the things about WrestleMania that made it great were barely matches and were like a handful of moments we can count on one hand that were what mattered most in a positive way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and I could list them right now, but we'll get to them. You know what I mean? The next match being one of them. And it was the Bellas and versus the Irresistible Forces versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, which sounded like it was just going to be a huge mashup. They honestly did pretty good in this match of rotating everybody around and creating all these spots and stuff. It was smoother than I expected, for sure. And that probably just comes down to how many people that were in that match that are like some of the best you've ever seen, like Charlotte and Alexa and Bayley. Lyra's really good. Even Nia and Lash are like decent. And Nia is at least been around a long time and is knows what the fuck's going on.
Right.
But who gives a shit about any of that? Because the only part that mattered was Nikki Bella coming out on crutches and saying that she couldn't get cleared, and debuting Paige, dude, which was like, my wife was like in tears seeing that. Yeah. It's like, she's like one of my wife's favorite wrestlers ever, super legendary. Just great to see her back. I think WWE is the right place for her. That's like where her legacy is. And it's where
it makes sense too. She doesn't have to be crazy in the ring for her. You know what I mean?
No. That's right. Yeah. She can do legacy work.
Yeah.
Until she retires and go in the Hall of Fame. And that's all well deserved. She might already actually be in the Hall of Fame, but even still, she deserves all of it. And it was really great to see her back. Love seeing Paige. I liked seeing Paige in AEW as well when she was wrestling in Soraya. Like, I didn't personally think they used her enough, but it's the issue of having stacked rosters. What can you do?
Yeah,
you can never be pissed when there's 50 people that you love seeing, and somebody you don't get to see that you wish you did. And it's like, well, then pick one of the people you love seeing, and they've got to go away.
Yeah,
because there's only that many slots. It's like, okay, I get it.
I think eventually,
so I'm happy to see her back.
This basically became a Paige showcase, like her return. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily about the other
she looked incredible in it. In it. She did all of the hits, and everything she did looked really good. It was great.
The thing is, too, like you have AJ and Paige, who are like these like tail end of the Divas era sort of.
They were the last of the Divas era that were like they were on the main event scene. And Paige came from NXT. She was like first gen NXT, so she was like. Yeah, she was like right before the women's revolution of the Four Horsewomen and shit, right? She was on the main roster with AJ when the Four Horsewomen were popping off in NXT. So like those two to me are as much a part of that whole women's revolution. And to be fair, you have to include the Bellas in that because they were also on the main roster and facing people for the Divas Championship at the time. And they were both in relationships with super high up top guys and they were using that to try to fight for leverage for the women and shit to get matches that weren't 1 minute.
I just think like so you as far as like their work rate and things, you can see the difference between like this generation and what they are doing and what they were doing too at the time.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't translate
and
as
you've
well.
Got your people. No, like when you see Brie and Nikki, they do fine, right? In matches with others, but you can tell, like you said, like it is very obvious the skill level, the baseline skill level of, Charlotte, Alexa, Bayley, even Lyra. It's just different, bro. Right. It's different than everybody else in that match. Even Lash Legend, who's younger and is good. You're talking about 3 of the 5 arguably best women that have ever wrestled in WWE in Bayley, Charlotte, and Alexa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's debatable, of course.
I think the runs that these two are going to have, AJ's pretty much, probably going to call it.
You talking about AJ and Paige?
I think it's just a different.
They're not going to have longer.
Yeah, it's just a different feel that they're bringing, and it's not as much of
that's right. Yeah,
technical work rate. Like it's just
no. They're coming back as legacy, like on purpose. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
It's a nostalgia act.
Yeah, and it all just depends on how they're used. If they're used to put over new people and at the same time, being championed and given their flowers for what they contributed to the business. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Right.
We'll get to that later because that's like what Brock has been doing for the past year is just helping build guys and prep for his own retirement.
Yeah.
But yeah, match after that was Becky and AJ for the IC title, and Becky wins the belt back.
Which is, I think, the only
and
way
you
to
had just
do
said, yeah, I thought that was the right move. Again, a short match, like 8 minutes,
Yeah.
for a title match at Mania
I
is
don't get
odd
it.
to me.
They all seemed too short. They really did.
Yeah.
There was like maybe 3 matches that I could point out that felt like they were the right length.
Yep, and it was both main events and like a couple other matches aside from the main events. That's it. Yep. But you know what match felt like it was the right length, ironically, is the Lesnar match. And it was the shortest match of the weekend, but it felt correct though.
That actually made sense.
Because of what it was.
Yeah.
It made sense that it was that.
Yeah.
So that's different. But that was the shortest match of the weekend. But yeah, Becky and AJ, like there's not really any major memorable spots or anything that have to be called out. It's more so just Becky winning. AJ look kind of bummed, and
I've said it on the show. Like I thought the whole feud fell short.
I agree.
It didn't feel like there was ever like a high stakes moment, and it didn't really feel like they were Becky was kind of adjusting her character for it, and AJ, her character work doesn't really necessarily vibe with what's going on.
Something wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
Something wasn't clicking. I couldn't agree more. Something wasn't clicking. And I like that Becky won. I think it's the right move. And
yeah, it is.
I think that we're going to see what happens tonight, Like I think they'll both just enter fresh start periods. AJ might take time, go back home and chill for a bit. We don't know. It's whatever. But
yeah, I think
that match is going to come and go, and we're not even going to think about it again. You know what I mean? There was a bunch of those never going to think about it again matches.
Yeah,
like the next one, Gunther versus Seth Rollins. That match went for 17 minutes. That was almost 18. That's like the second longest match of night one, and probably one of the top 3 longest. Yeah, top 3 long matches.
Yeah, and it was a decent match. Like I wasn't mad at this match. It was decent.
Yeah,
but
this was
well, I was also kind of okay with the way it ended too. It makes sense. You have the like you're basically like protecting both guys, and then you're also having Breaker and Rollins, that feud continue. You're just forwarding that.
The ending was great. I think the match was a great match. Wrestling wise, like in the ring, it was really good. Of course, you knew it was going to be with who it was.
Right.
So I definitely don't want to take away from that, but it just wasn't. It didn't seem super memorable to me.
No, it's just advancing
other than the story between Rollins and and Braun.
That's all it was really there for. It was a late billing anyway.
Yeah, it was there to get back to Breaker versus Rollins, which that'll be cool. But that's I guess that helps at Mania. But yeah, and that match was almost 18 minutes long. So that the next match, which could have used the time, was 6 minutes and 50 seconds, the shortest match of the whole night. And it was Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vakir for the World Women's Championship. It was the second to last match of the night, and it went for less than 7 minutes.
Yeah, this one bothered me. This one bothered me.
With the entrances, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Well, Liv had to do her whole fucking song for her entrance. Yep. And, all these entrances take longer than the match. So then you have, I don't know, just an okay match, which sucks because, I don't know, maybe Liv is hurt or Stephanie's hurt, and maybe they just wanted to get it done.
The only thing I can think of is somebody's hurt, and they had to mask it somehow and just do what they could, because it's like, dude, they should have had a 20-minute war.
Yeah.
And they totally can. So like, what are we doing? And they had the time. The show was over at like 10, dude.
Yeah.
They so had the time. I don't know.
Yeah. Cause both nights I was
weird.
It was like before I was like, I think before the co-main, both nights, I was like, there's only 2 matches left, and it was, you know, it's like 9,
Yeah,
it's like 8
I
o'clock,
can't believe
9
that.
o'clock. You're like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. I just think it was really weird timing, way too many ads, and yeah, like a lot of the best moments of matches were just whatever the storyline piece of business was,
Yeah,
or like Paige returning, you know, Braun Breaker coming back. I show Speed's big viral moment or whatever, you know. So I don't know. I was bummed about Liv and stuff. The most of all of night one, that was the most like
confusing.
Really,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
how long it is. Okay, guys, and
Yeah.
it looked like Steph was wicked unhappy with it. Not sure why. Maybe it's because she's hurt and she knows, damn, I got injured and we had to do this trash, or just like send it home.
Yeah,
and
you never know.
we
Maybe
go out there and do a thing. So I
maybe
don't
they're
know,
fine,
man.
and they got told to go
They
home
just
early. Who knows?
Yup. And I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, man.
I thought Rhodes and Orton was a good match, though.
Rhodes versus Orton, great match. I liked that they course corrected and listened to the fans and went, get these guys no one gives a shit about, get all their bullshit out of the way, and then let these two ring the damn bell and have a match. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
And realistically, it was like 2.5 to 3 minutes of fuckery with the Pat stuff and Jelly Roll, and then about a 20-minute solid main event style match that they had that was genuinely really good, dude.
And that's the thing is, like, I thought
was great.
The match was actually really good. I just was confused by the storyline, the way the story was going, like with the whole McAfee thing. Like, it didn't feel like it mattered. Jelly Roll just existed for like a spot, and you're just like, I don't know what any of this even means.
And no one's ever going to pay attention to Jelly Roll shit ever again. He'll never. There's nothing he could do to sell himself to people now.
Yeah,
he just has to go away, get over it, and go away. You know. But the Pat McAfee thing, isn't he a Super Bowl winning punt kicker?
Yeah.
He is, right? Yeah. So maybe he should shack up with Orton, who's now punting guys' faces off. Which is like the only connection you can make with those guys, other than, you know, Pat was a commentator, I guess. But
I thought it was funny that, like, I said it when we were watching, I was like, I love that Pat McAfee thinks that just putting shades on and wearing all black means you're a heel now.
And it did.
Yeah,
how about that? I don't know. It kind of did. Yeah. His promos weren't that terrible either. People were hating on him, but it's like,
he's a good talker. Like,
no, I thought he was doing fine. I think the hate he's getting is because of the online stories of it being shoved on people, that he's like the next Stallone and shit, which could have been a work. We don't know. If you want people to hate him, tell them that stupid shit. You know what I mean?
I think people underestimate
they just needed a heel or thought they did.
Yeah, I think people underestimate how much he gets about being a bad guy.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you guys fucking forgot. The guy's been fine. He's been good for years. People were missing him on commentary and shit.
Yeah, and he was kind of a heel on commentary sometimes anyway.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, whatever. I liked that he ran out with a neck brace on in a ref shirt.
That was hilarious.
He tried to get in the match after. That was great. And it didn't work. Like, it was fine. It was fine. I thought it was great. But yeah, end of the day, Cody goes over, Orton punts him, legit fucks his eye up.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the rumor. He has like a orbital injury or something like that. Who knows? It didn't look good.
It didn't look good
in the pictures and everything. But yeah, I mean, again, like, to me, the story of both nights is that the main events ended up being really solid.
Yeah,
matches, just bell to bell. So
I thought it was good.
At the end of the night,
it's like,
I walked away going, okay, that was good.
Yeah,
you know.
Again, I'm like, sometimes you just get confused by the endings. You know. At
Sure,
least
yeah.
with this
I
one,
think
was
they're
like,
definitely setting up for more with them.
yeah, I
So-
don't know. It was weird. And then if Cody goes out, like I don't like Orton hitting him with the belt and all this stuff, like it was kind of just odd. And I think
it
it's
was
gonna
Orton just saying we're not done yet,
Yeah.
and I'm going full voices in my head, psycho
Yeah.
punt kicking people and shit again.
yeah, because
I
now
think that's all it was
you're
meant
building
to-
you're building like a compelling reason for people to want you to win another title. Is what you're
That's right.
You're
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And cool. And some people are probably going to hate it. Some people are going to love it. That's the point. But at least now, it's weird. It felt like so much of WrestleMania was building up work for future storylines and shit, you know? And that's whatever. But it's just unusual. They usually resolve a lot of stories
Yes.
at Mania, which some did. But the Cody Orton thing, the way that ended, definitely felt like it was leading to more. Liv versus Steph, to me, kind of felt like it was leading to more. Drew and Jacob felt like it was leading to more.
I don't know if it like I don't even know if
Gunther
it
and Rollins
feels
didn't, except for Braun Breaker, though. That did, but not Gunther
some of
and
them.
Rollins.
I don't know if they felt like they were leading to more. I just felt like they didn't feel resolved. You know what I mean?
That's the right way to put it. Yeah, that's the right way to put it.
Like I just feel like they didn't have like a culmination really.
And I don't feel that way about night 2 anywhere near as much. Night 1 I do, though.
Night 2,
but
I
as
thought
I
was
look through
better
the night
overall.
2 card, I thought night 2 was a lot better overall, actually, and shorter. It was it felt like a shorter card.
Dude, it was like
to me-
9:30 when it was over.
Yeah, it was legit 9:30. Yep. Okay, so we'll get on to night 2. So the open night 2, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. That was under 5 minutes, and I thought it was great. I thought it was borderline perfect. It was like just Brock went out and made Obafemi look like a god, and seemingly then he retired.
Yeah.
And that was crazy, man. That was by surprise for sure. I think that's got to be the only time I've ever seen Brock Lesnar look like he was sincerely emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Literally like crying in the ring while he was undoing his boots and stuff. That's cool, man. To get to retire at Mania and retire on your back, like the way, and he seems to be a firm believer in like those traditions they talk about of the business that a lot of people will tell you they're all fake, or they're all real traditions until the top guys have to lose, you know? Well, guess what Lesnar just did, you know?
Right.
Guess what Cena did? Guess what AJ Styles did? Yeah, like it's real. It's real. It's as real as the legends make it. And when the legends do right by the business, it's real.
Yeah.
And these guys are showing that the prior generations were just scumbags. And the current gen that's now retiring are doing it in a way that is making the next generation, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think that match was like short, where like to the point where it made a lot of sense because number one, you don't want Brock probably doesn't want to go for a long time because he knows it's his last.
He doesn't
match.
even need to.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to either.
And I don't know how many people he told it was his last match. I think it was kind of impromptu.
Seemed like nobody.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And
it seemed like almost nobody knew.
It was interesting too, though. Like Brock hits hits a couple German suplexes, and then he hits an F5, and like Oba kind of like half sells it. And then
he did. His sell was actually really great. He went down, but was able to start getting up, but he was 2 days and he was just down on like one knee rack.
Yeah.
And then
he chokeslammed him.
Yeah. And then the nasty ass pop-up powerbomb to Lesnar. A pop-up sit-down powerbomb. And his pop-up powerbomb, I can't remember what he calls it, but
fall from grace.
Yeah. He does like a pop-up, catches the guy, and then does like a last ride style elevation into a sit down.
It's basically a last ride. It's like a sit out last ride is really what it is.
Sit out last ride that he gets into with a pop-up instead of a standard flip, you know?
Yeah.
It's really sick. Really, really, really sick. Yeah, that match, there's not really much else to say other than, thank you, Brock. That what a crazy career. Dude has nothing to prove. He went out spending the last couple of years of his career just making stars and making all these memorable moments.
Yeah.
He put Cody on the map on his way to Roman and stuff.
It makes so much sense.
I don't know
to
how
just
you could
be like, here's the new beast, you know what I mean? And then I'm gone.
Yeah. He put a major stamp on Oba as a different type of main event level feared top guy. You know what I mean? If you do that to Lesnar, Lesnar was either holding on to or directly surrounding the WWE title or the world title for the past fucking 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Other than when he was in UFC, he's had like a 24-year career or some shit. So it's like the dude's only ever been highest level box office main event, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Rock, Austin level guy. And he just stamped Oba and said, this guy's one of them. And that's you can't get a bigger stamp.
Yeah, so now it's interesting too, though, because now you kind of can't have Oba lose. You know what I mean? Like you have to still make him the powerhouse. Like who beats him?
You can have him lose, but not right now.
Right. It's going to have to be
He's
a
got to
minute.
go through things. It would have to be a big match. That's a main event match against a guy like fucking Roman or some shit who can go to war with him and eventually wear him down enough to overcome him the same way he had to with Lesnar, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so now you basically have to put him in main events because it's the only thing that's believable.
And if you don't, he's got to destroy guys, you know?
Right.
If he's not in the main event, he's going to destroy guys until you get him to the main event and then show people the struggle if even needed. And that's not until after he demolishes a few guys in the main event, you know?
Yeah.
The guy's just, well, if you put that Brock Lesnar stamp on him, he's got to be world champion by SummerSlam. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Or else you fucked it. You shit the bed immediately if he's not a world champ or WWE champ by SummerSlam, period.
Yep.
This SummerSlam, he is ready. Put the biggest belt on him.
I thought it was good.
He's ready.
I thought the whole thing was good. I thought it was done well, and it was It was also cool seeing Lesnar just kind of out of nowhere do that. No one really expected that.
And literally come up with tears in his eyes, just saying thank you, actually saying thank you to fans.
Yeah,
never it's just cool, man. A very, very wholesome moment, and just what a career.
Now this next match, this is what bothered me. Is you have you have that happen, and then you have an ad break, and then
5-minute ad break.
It comes back, and you've already got multiple people out at ringside, so no entrances for these people.
Yeah.
No Rusev entrance, no like Dragon Lee entrance.
No, there was a couple guys that got entrances, but not everyone.
And
Penta
now,
got an entrance.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Now you go, okay, well, they're not winning. Like the guys who didn't get an entrance.
Right. Penta got an entrance, and he was the one that got the random Mortal Kombat ad with the Shao Kahn helmet that was too big, and he had to hold on his head the whole time.
Yeah.
Which wasn't his fault. They go, you are wearing it. He goes, okay. And then it's shit.
You would think that the wardrobe would have had him tested a couple times.
He can go back and go, it was shit. What do you want me to do about it?
Right.
You know? Want me to just let it fall off and look even stupider? Okay.
I thought this match was really good, though. Like, actually, it
was sick.
I think it was one of the best matches of the weekend, honestly.
I agree. Totally. I think that it was an impossible match to fuck up considering who was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in it has a slightly different style of what they do. And you had like a perfect mix up of a bunch of different luchador guys, as in like Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta. You had Javon Evans, who's he's one of my favorites in all wrestling now. 6'5" shredded, fucking hyper athletic dude who's doing high flyer shit, but he's a believable main eventer by looks.
Yeah.
And you just never see it. We've never seen it, dude. And
it was all high flyers, and then you had Rusev.
And then Rusev to be the big fucking power guy that can toss everybody around. There was so many sick spots in this dude.
Yeah,
Rey
he
Mysterio
went through a ladder there
just showing
on the side. That was fucking wild, that one spot.
Yep. The spot where he took the cutter from Javon Evans was wicked sick too.
Yep.
JD McDonough, dude, man, he's so good. He had 2 wicked crazy cells that he had to do where he was doing backflip cells, like moves that required him to be flipping backwards with his feet kicking out towards ladder rings.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going, have the body awareness to like tuck his feet and not get his feet caught on all the fucking ladder chaos.
Yeah.
And he's just perfect, of course. Everything he does looks absolutely perfect.
The Mexican
He's
Destroyer
so
was
dude.
crazy too. All right. What's up, everybody?
Yo,
We're back. We're
We
doing
are, yeah.
this is a real episode.
real episode, yeah. Hasn't been too long.
We did a little WrestleMania recap show
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
the day after WrestleMania.
Yep.
After Sunday, so Monday.
Mhm.
So you can go check that out.
Turn mine
Or you,
up,
if you're watching the live stream, you probably just saw a bunch of it right there. My name's Seth. This is my buddy Dave,
Yo.
and we chat about wrestling.
We're fucking with our headsets.
Yeah.
We have
Trying to turn up.
our headphone amp is behind that thing. Yeah.
My ears were a little low.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to support us, go over to the Clear Shots Studios
Please
store,
do.
the online shop, shop.clearshotstudios.com, and we got some Burning Hammer merch over there. So that helps us directly. All right, dude, tons of shit.
Crazy. I mean, it's Mania season. It's always going to be crazy like this. But
Yeah. Again, it's like we talked about Mania
yeah,
like completely,
that's out of the way.
but
Yeah.
so there's a ton of stuff the week before Mania. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the week leading up to Mania, and then there's like what's happened since Mania. So I want to go like as chronologically as I can.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go.
Also,
Let's
I
do
wanted
it.
to point out real quick though that there's a stat that I saw that was absolutely insane, saying that Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné at All in Texas was longer than all of the women's matches combined. At
Oh, I believe
WrestleMania.
that. Very, 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 very much believe
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
Easily.
That's
and that
insane.
match was God tier.
Yeah,
too.
it was fantastic. It's just I felt like no one, and we talked about it obviously, but I just didn't feel like a lot of guys got the time they deserved.
Yeah, guy or girl.
Correct.
Like it wasn't people. I saw some people, not much, but some people trying like being upset and thinking that it was like a knock on the women's, but it's like, man, every match fell short except for only the main events.
Yeah.
And maybe the ladder match, but that's about
The
it.
ladder match had some time. Sure.
And Brock technically didn't feel short, because it didn't feel like it was shorter than it should be.
It was supposed to be
It was wicked short.
Right.
It's just what it was supposed to be. So that one doesn't count. But
Right.
every other match felt like it was too short.
Yeah. it was
Because they
crazy.
needed you to know, above all, that there is a documentary of Hulk Hogan coming out.
Yes.
They need you to know that, and they need you to see 3 times more advertising than any aspect of the wrestling product.
Yeah, I talked about it on the thing. Like,
Yep.
I saw it through ESPN. So I was just getting ESPN ads the entire time. So you're
Yep.
like, why are you selling me on the thing I'm already paying for?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? I hate when streaming services do that. Like
That's
if you're
how they
watching
die.
HBO Max and it's like, hey, check out HBO Max. And you're like,
Like, I'm
what,
on
dude?
it.
What?
I'm on that product.
You don't.
Why are you
what
advertising
are you
it to
doing?
me? It's crazy.
So TNA Rebellion, dude, EC3 came back.
That's
Pretty
incredible,
fucking cool.
bro.
Throw him into a little feud there with EY. It's a good idea.
I love it.
I like
It's
it.
a great idea. Glad he's back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I think
That guy, dude.
he's incredible. Yeah.
Like you look at him and you're like, that guy's a bad guy.
He's yeah. But he's great, man, and I'm excited to see him back.
Yeah, dude, I love that guy. Good shit. I liked it. Good to see. It's cool to see TNA pop up in my feed
Oh
once in a
man,
while,
yeah.
you know?
I follow him and stuff, so I get him probably more regularly than the average, just like
Yeah.
wrestling follower who might not necessarily be seeking out all that stuff. But even still, they'll never pop up in your feed as much as AEW or WWE.
No.
And that's one thing I think positively changed when they signed that like talent share deal with WWE. Is that
definitely
I
gave him a boost,
I
sure.
see TNA more,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's just really good seeing TNA doing well right now. Like they're so clearly doing well. They've
Yeah.
got great talent. They're putting out a good product. you
Yeah,
know?
I don't remember if I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about this before. But the fact that they shoot them in 2 nights is really annoying for like people who are trying
That's
to
tough.
go. And I
That's
talked
tough.
about that when with the people I was watching Mania with. We
Mm-hmm.
were sitting here and I was like, if you're gonna go to WrestleMania, like you can't just do one night. You have to go there.
You have to do both.
yeah. And that's so expensive.
And that's the same problem with TNA, except for it's way less expensive.
If the ticket prices were like they are, it's still ridiculous.
It's still
but
I get that.
if it's one night, it's not as bad because you're not paying it twice.
I get that.
That's
I get that.
insane.
Of course, it's absolutely
like,
not as bad.
I didn't even think about that leading up to the show. I was just like, oh, they're expensive tickets. And then you're like, wait a minute. They got to pay for this
They're
event
paying
twice.
it double
Yeah.
and lodging and all that shit. You know it's not
That's
included.
absolutely absurd, dude.
It's too
absolutely
much, man.
crazy. Well, that's why you only get rich people that show up there, like that
Yeah,
fucking
that's
guy
right.
that sat at the commentary table.
Oh my god, dude.
AEW Dynasty. I thought that was a better show than fucking Mania was. Like overall.
I think it was a better show than Mania.
Yeah, I think so.
At the bare minimum, it was way better because it was a wrestling show
Yeah, there was actually
instead of
wrestling.
an advertising campaign.
Yeah. Like even if you're gonna do like extravagant entrances and things like that, you're gonna have to show the fucking entrances. Like there was a
Yeah.
match where they didn't even show entrances, like a couple of them.
And I enjoyed Mania. Like
Yeah,
I
and
thought that when people were wrestling, the wrestling quality in the ring was really good, and everybody did really well with the time they were given, and it's no fault of the talent that the corporation is attempting to collapse itself, it
They're
appears.
just not given the time.
Yeah. Shocker, it's TKO,
Yeah.
which we can talk about that too.
And it's tough because like
Fucking Mark Shapiro came out and was like, I am in complete control. Okay, get ready for everybody to hate you in your company.
Yeah.
Because that's what 0 people want. And it's this weird disconnect that they have with UFC as well, where they misinterpret the reality of why they get to make a single penny is because they have fans that will pay.
Yeah.
Only exclusively both companies, both industries, wrestling and MMA, if you don't just ultimately do what will make your fans not buy things, but be happy with your product so that they are actually enjoying what they're being given, then they're going to stop watching and you stop making money.
It just needs to be entertaining.
That's what I don't understand. Like,
that concept is so foreign.
They can't grasp that doing something other than what the fans want is always going to be wrong. And a lot of people grasp it in high up positions, but there's always some fucking suit corpo bozo who doesn't, but just gets to control it. And it's the most perverse thing about the world right now is that the people that just get to control shit are the biggest fuck up scumbags that hate humans.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's more they just love money.
It's so ridiculous.
It's more about money. It's all about money.
And TKO, unfortunately, is a part of that, very much so. And they own WWE and UFC. And shocker, they're doing the exact same thing to WWE right now that they did to ruin UFC, which is currently doing the worst it's ever done.
Yeah, how do we get more money and spend less money? It's like that's what it's all about.
It's all they care about. Yep.
But Jericho came back. We haven't really talked about that.
And
much.
that's the flip. That's
sorry to
cut.
Yeah.
But that's the flip side of that is AEW is doing none of that and is just killing. So how do you possibly hate it?
I just watched Dynamite from last night too, so there was some cool shit from that. But Jericho looked good. He can still do like his lion salt clean.
Yeah.
And
of course he's still in wicked good shape.
Wicked
good. Yeah. He's incredible.
And he looks good too. So like, I don't know.
He ain't done.
No, he isn't.
Here's the thing. Billy Gunn is 62. Billy Gunn is 62. How
old is Chris?
Chris is in his 50s, right? Mid 50s, early 50s, something. 55. Mid on the nose. Yep.
He doesn't look 55, dude.
No, he looks great, man. You can tell he takes care of himself and shit. But look at Billy Gunn. He's 62 years old. And he's there, and he looks like this at 62. What?
He's 62.
What?
Wow.
What? That's fake. Like, that's so ridiculous to me.
Yeah, dude. He's in good shape, too. Fuck.
I can't believe this dude is in his 60s and still working like he is and looks like this. That's so insane to me.
Yeah, look at the fucking arms on this guy.
What the fuck, dude? But that's my point is like, Jericho's... he doesn't have to be done anytime soon. He's in great shape. He can still work. He can still do everything he needs to do to have a Jericho match.
Yeah.
And on top of that, just have good matches.
And that's the thing. Like sometimes I watch guys that have high flying moves, and you're like, man, how long is he going to be able to do that for? And then they just do it.
And then you
when
see
they're 55.
Rey Mysterio, and he's fucking in his 50s, and you're like, oh, okay, he's just going to do it forever.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Yeah, wicked crazy.
It's insane. So Darby, dude, he's been fantastic, and this is like
so good. I'm so happy about that. It's not even funny.
This is before he had won the title. And he had a match with Andrade that was really good. And I don't know if we talked about that one or not, but
I don't remember at this point. But
he's literally like when he does his dives to ringside, he's like in a full blown sprint, like a Braun Breaker sprint, dude. It's crazy. He just has no regard for how he's gonna land or like what's gonna break. I think
that what it actually is he's just really good at making it seem like he doesn't
look that way. Yeah.
He
reminds me of like the Jackass guys that like know how to land right. You know,
how to land right. Well, those guys. They might tell you they know how to land right, and then you watch it and you go, they don't know how to do shit, and they're lying to get to air this.
They survived a lot of shit they shouldn't have survived.
Yeah. He very much knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, man, him winning the title, that was just one of the most feel-good moments in a long time.
Yeah, absurd, dude.
It was so incredible. They did it so well. Like, they've had MJF beat him, twice now in major moments and beat him both times with the headlock, like the headlock takedown or whatever, right? Into the pin. And to have him do it this time. And this is the thing I saw, though. And that I didn't realize it at first, but I saw somebody pointed it out. It makes the whole thing so special, dude. And props to MJF for doing this, for also knowing. Of course he does. He's the game number 2. You know what I mean? He's such a student of it, and so is Darby. But Darby is Sting's greatest protege.
Right.
Realistically, that's a shoot at this point, right? As they would
Yeah.
say. Like, it seems to be legit.
That was
he
kind
is
of
his
what
protege.
so when I saw Sting, I was like, oh shit, Darby might win.
He might win this, bro.
Yeah.
And for him to do it with Sting there, after Sting retired, though, and MJF is wearing baby blue outfit, which is the same outfit that Flair wore when he dropped the belt to Sting for the first time and made Sting's career. And it was Sting's first title win. And Sting got to be there when his greatest protege beat MJF with MJF's finish on him while MJF is paying homage to Sting's big awake. Like, it was just,
Yeah, it was done.
it was
so well.
perfect, bro. It was just absolutely cinematic. It
Just
was
like
incredible.
the full, like all the
Yeah.
callbacks to like the headlock takeover and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
And it was just
I thought it was well done, dude.
well done, well deserved. In my opinion, a little overdue.
And
Well, we've been saying for a while, Darby's one of the best they have. Like,
Yes,
he's
yes.
so good. And a lot of people don't get him fully because he's not the typical wrestler gimmick or whatever.
right.
But he's so good, dude.
He is very good at making guys look great.
Oh my God, he's one of the best for that. He reminds me, he's like a modern day Jeff Hardy, where he can wrestle main event style, but he has a car crash appearance
Yeah.
and visual presentation to his moveset
Yeah.
that is deceptively doable
He's
for
got
him.
that light body that he can throw around too. You know, Jeff was light too.
But he's not in shitty shape.
right.
He's shredded. You
Yeah.
know?
I thought the match itself was well done too. Like
Me too.
You have Darby kind of low blow and get the
Yep.
drop on him
He
and just
pulled
take
an
advantage
MJF
of it
on
quickly.
MJF.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. It
And
was
people
so
were kind
poetic,
of
dude.
people. I don't know, dude. Some
There's
people
always
like
going to
it,
be
some
bots
people
and
don't.
weirdos that are
Right.
like, "Oh, this guy." But that's my point is
Yeah.
people are like, you're putting the belt on Darby, AEW is done. I'd be like,
Yeah,
you
you're
can't
like,
you
what?
can't even consider statements like that because they're so far removed from
Yeah.
reality.
This
It just
guy's-
is a bot or somebody that's just trying
He's
to
too
start an
small.
argument.
He's too small, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? Rey Mysterio was
Brother, yeah. There's 100 reasons why that doesn't work.
like my dog's taller than Rey Mysterio.
And Rey Mysterio is one of the most believable, beloved underdog, probably the greatest single underdog wrestler ever is Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
He's also the greatest of 100 other things, but that's one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just one of the guys that if he's not on the Mount Rushmore, it's because he's on the mountain right next to it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's-
he's
yeah.
just looking right at it.
You're-
He's so close to being one of the top 4 greatest ever in the ring.
Oh, it's for sure Hall of Fame as soon as he's done.
Oh
Like,
my God, yeah. Rey Mysterio's already in.
is he in already?
Yeah, remember? He went in a couple years ago.
Hmm.
He's one of the only guys to ever go in while active. And Ric Flair would be the other one, I think. And Ric Flair went in like the night before he retired. But we
It's
all know how
interesting
that
that they
went.
do that they allow you to go inactive, but
They
It makes- it
usually
does
don't.
make- it does
but
make
it's
sense.
Ray. And they
Yeah.
were like, dude, it's going to be in your hometown or something like
Yeah,
that. I
sometimes
think it
you-
was.
you should make that
And
exception.
they went, we just have to do it.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. Shocker. It was incredible. And he's just the most deserving possible.
Like-
and Conan
That's the thing.
inducted him. Conan did. It
Okay,
was
yeah,
fucking
I kind of
godly.
do remember that. Yeah,
And he gave one of the best speeches ever.
yeah,
It was awesome.
yeah. It's interesting. Like if I thought about it, I'd be like, if you look at the NFL, you'd be like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, like he's still active, but he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. So like,
There's
just
just
put him
no
in
question he's going.
it, you
yeah.
know,
Yep.
like,
yeah.
I
So
don't
just do it.
but
I
they
don't
always
know.
wait until they're retired.
Yeah, it's just tradition.
Edge and Christian.
Oh, yeah.
and their FTR thing has been awesome.
Shocker.
They lost the match at Dynasty. I didn't really know about that booking decision. I was like, maybe they should have just had them win that. But this week, they like challenged him again, and
Yes.
now it's like a career
They're
situation.
doing, yeah. Which I bet, I know they got to win.
Oh, yeah.
They got to win because we need to see Edge and Christian with the belts versus the Young Bucks.
Unless they're really
It
done.
has to
Well,
take
yeah,
place.
yeah, that's
That
the thing.
just
Unless they really
is
want to
gonna
be
take place.
done, that's that is what's going to happen. But I don't think they're done.
I just
at
don't
all.
think that they're going to be done this early into their last tag team run.
Right.
I don't see it. I think they're going to do a few more matches.
There's too many potential matches.
Yeah, and matches they already said they want to do.
yeah.
Like they already mentioned and teased the Bucks. So it's like,
So that's why they lost at Dynasty.
Yeah,
really is
that is,
to,
yeah.
to build that second match.
To build up and that's smart. They're going, why would we do one piece of business out of this when we can get fucking three?
Yeah, of course. And
You know?
FTR is like one of the best tag teams in the world. Right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. So
So I was watching Mox and Osprey from Dynasty, and
Yeah.
this was funny because, and I've seen it multiple times since then,
Mm-hmm.
kind of in different ways, but they're outside the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the ref is supposed to count when they're outside the ring.
that's right.
Okay, so he's counting, and he gets to like I don't know, like 6 or something. He goes out of the ring and goes to the guys that are fighting outside the ring. And he goes, guys, I got to get back in the ring or whatever. And he like warns them, goes back in the ring and counts from 1.
No
He
way.
goes 1. It's like, dude, no. That's not how that
No,
works.
you were on 6.
You start
You were
at
on
7
6.
again.
You tried to sneak it through, but that's funny, dude.
It's so funny though.
That shit's funny.
But it's
yeah.
like from a
He's trying
ring
to buy him
psychology
time.
standpoint, yes, he is. But it's like Mox or Osprey should have the like, they should be like
they
just
should
roll in the ring and come
just-
back out.
Yeah, and you'll see guys do that, and you'll see them do that. So it's funny. They must have
Yeah,
just been not
break the
realizing.
count, man.
That's so funny.
But sometimes you watch matches and they're just like outside the ring for like
and
so
it happens
long.
on both shows. Like
Yeah.
this isn't an AW thing. It happens in WWE
Yeah.
too. And every time you go, no count, huh?
Yeah.
Like, dude, at Mania, Roman hit Punk with the stairs.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
talked about it, and the refs just didn't.
And
it
he's
was
like, it's fine.
and they did a good job on commentary by playing into the fact that the ref in the work, in the presentation of the show, the ref is supposed to be the authority on that, and they've told that story a million
Right, it's
times.
a judgment call
where
on-
guys go
on
to get
their-
pinned, and the ref is Austin, and he counts to 2, and then he doesn't count to 3, and
Right,
just
right.
smiles at the guy or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So like we know it's supposed to be up to the ref. So if the ref goes, I'm not going to call it. We've seen that in a funny way, right? Didn't we have a match where Damian Priest was the guest ref or LA Knight? It was LA Knight.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was Knight, and he was just going, I just decided I'm not going to call a punishment
don't
on
want
that.
to.
I hit you hit with a chair. I didn't see anything. Yeah. So like they can and what they did with that was the commentary just was like, man, he's really letting him go. And they're like,
Right.
well, it is a title match.
Yes.
But they just played into the fact that like, hey, it's not their call. Acknowledge that it happened and it's weird, but it's
Yeah.
up to the ref ultimately.
And the concept is
And I get that.
In UFC, if it's a title fight, you
Yeah.
give guys more
That's
chances
right.
to
And we've
survive.
definitely seen fights where we're like, are
They
they going to
should
call
have-
it? And they're like, man, the ref is really letting this one
But
go.
we've seen fights in the UFC where guys have come back from
Yes.
looking like
Yeah,
they're knocked out.
Like
and-
Chet Congo versus Pat Barry.
dude,
yeah.
crazy shit.
Yeah, so we know.
That's the idea that they're trying to convey.
Yep.
But
And-
I don't know if
and
it was
that's cool.
intentional. Like I don't know if
No,
Roman.
I don't think it was
was thinking about
intentional,
it.
but it's a really good audible to know about and have in your pocket in case of an event like
Some
that.
people
They
were
handled
like,
it well.
Some people were like, "Well, it's part of the ring, right?" Like
I don't buy that.
the stairs, but
I-
like
it
so it's
is,
like
but-
if you do that fucking like springboard thing under the ring and you hit him with the supports of the ring,
Yeah.
that's a weapon, kind of.
Kind of. I
right?
mean, you're going at the
using the ring.
exposed thing. It's no different than pulling the mats up.
exposed turnbuckles and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's all the ring.
Yep. No, you're right. 100%.
It's just a weird.
It's a gray area,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think they handled it the right way by just going, no, it's the ref's discretion and it's up to him. You know?
Yeah.
But back to
No,
to
it was a good
AEW,
match.
though.
I thought Mox and Osprey was a good match.
it
Overall,
was, yeah.
It's just you'd have this weird thing.
Absolutely.
That I saw, and I was like,
and they handled it well too by sneaking in an extension because they're
The ref goes
covering,
out there.
but by having the ref go out and go, "What are you doing, dude? We need to get you back
Yeah.
in here." And then he starts counting and like, yeah, the sharp eye notices that he's restarted the count. But a lot of people probably were just paying attention
right,
to the
that's
action,
reality,
you know. And
right.
And went,
you know,
okay.
I've seen matches where they're out of the ring for 10 minutes and then the ref's
Yeah.
counting.
Oh
Then the
my
ref starts
God.
counting afterwards. It's like, okay, all right.
It's like, no, dude. Maybe if the ref goes down, then it's different. If you have a ref
That's
bump,
different.
and when it was Earl Hebner and he would take those bumps that looked like he died,
Yeah.
he'd
yeah.
always end up with one arm going and just get thrown somewhere and land, and he's dead. And then
wrestling-
then go fight outside for 30 minutes.
The wrestling video games where he counts to 9, you knock him down, and he gets up and says 10, and it's over.
And it's
you're
over.
like, what?
Yeah. Even though you got in, and you're working, he gets up,
It's
still
so
counts 10
broken
and
shit.
I love that.
They should do that sometime. Just fucking
Have the ref get
have
up
him
and
just say
count 10.
Yeah, just say 10.
Have him just get knocked out, get up and go 10.
It's over.
Ding,
I don't
ding.
want
And
to
they're
do
like, what happened? What happened?
Yeah.
And the ref, that's a hilarious idea.
That's a good idea.
And the ref is selling a head bump and is going, what?
Yeah.
What? They were outside
like a
at 9
concussion or
last
whatever.
I knew.
Had
You
like
know?
memory loss.
Yeah. Or just have him take a bump while he's counting to 9, just like in the game. Have him count dudes, and somebody ambushes them and bumps them. Like have it's Liv Morgan versus fucking Steph or whatever, and the ref is about to count out or count them both out, and then or count out Liv, and she's gonna lose or some bullshit or whatever.
That's
you
what
know?
you need is like during a heel match, like a Dom
and
match or
Dom
something.
ambushes the ref at 9 and he goes down. But then while they're all back in the ring, the ref gets up and counts to 10 and rings the bell. And they just schnoz it. But you have to do some shit like that on Raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it would be perfect.
You
for,
can't
like,
have that at like a
Dom-
SummerSlam. People be like, boo!
Yeah. But you want a heel that's gonna like rage out.
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah. Going, what? Flipping out.
And then
over
go
it.
talk to
What
Adam
do you mean
Pearce.
get in his face?
Talk to Adam Pearce
I
about
love
it.
that shit. Oh, that's where you need it to happen to Chelsea Green because she's just an absolute god with that shit.
Yeah. She is. MJF and Kenny Omega was a fucking war too. Of course.
Of course, yeah, we knew
But
that would be.
that was a great
and
match.
Kenny lost that match. MJF was still on his run, and now I get like, oh, that was the move, man.
Yeah. Because
And there's speculation that MJF was injured, but it's way more likely he's shooting a movie or something, right?
I think that's what I've heard. Yeah.
So
is
it's
he's
almost
shooting a movie.
like they knew they were going to go to Darby, and Kenny was like, yo, I just want to have a good match with the champ. Like, let's do it. We'll make him look like $1 billion before he leaves, and he'll look even better
When he
putting
comes
Darby
back,
over.
too, yeah.
And he'll have an excuse because we just went through this crazy war.
Right.
So he's beat up. He gets shocked.
Yep.
He gets
Yeah,
you know,
it made perfect sense because now you can convince the crowd that Darby's capable of winning the match.
That's right. That's right. And what you do is you have it be like, yeah, you might have snuck that one over on MJF, but now you get to have MJF go away,
Yeah.
and he's going to come back pissed at Darby. And you give Darby a real run. While MJF is away filming, have Darby hold that title and have an actual, like a fighting champion reign like he says he wants to do, you know?
Yeah.
And he will do. And if as long as there's, you know,
I don't know
knock
what
on
they're
this
doing,
fake ass wood, no injuries, you can have Darby ride that out and have a wicked good title reign that just completely makes him having all these incredible matches with top guys. And by the time MJF comes back, Darby's going to be built up
It
as
seems
this
to be the
believable
plan.
champ.
So I don't know what
They're
they're
gonna
doing
get a
with
war
MJF.
with
I
those
really
guys.
don't. So like he's gonna have a TNT title match now.
Oh, weird.
MJF is, but the way that they're approaching the Darby thing is he's just saying he's gonna have a title match every week,
Let's go.
and so that's the way it's going.
Yep.
It's
And
going
now we
so
need
far.
Orange Cassidy to beat him next week.
Yeah.
And he'll go down as one of the worst champions ever.
Yep. That's what'll happen.
Not Orange, Darby.
Yeah.
Orange, if Orange ever gets that belt, he's going to be legendary with that belt. Because one, also a deceptively wicked good wrestler who is hilarious.
he's like a comedy
knows
act,
his
too.
character.
Yeah.
He can turn up the volume and be intense though.
Right.
That's why I love Orange. Because you see him and he comes off and you're like, this is such a joke. That's so stupid. Then you watch him wrestle. And you see matches he's had with guys like fucking Mox and shit
Yep.
and Jericho where you're like, God, he goes to war, man.
Yeah.
Like that dude is so good. So good.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a polarizing character.
And
for
not
people, too.
considered one of the pillars, which is strange to me. Because he's an OG.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
but it's really always been about like Darby, MJF. It's really been about Darby and MJF.
Yeah.
But then also Jungle Boy is in that mix. And then who's the
the
fourth?
Bucks and Kenny and all
No,
those
but
guys,
there's a
right?
fourth pillar who's just Adam Page. Hangman.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
It's got how do you not consider him? Yeah. As far as the guy, like, because we have Jericho, we have Mox, and we have, people like that, but they were already there. Or they were already established guys. Those four, MJF, Darby, Jack
it's
Perry,
like homegrown.
and Adam Page, were
Right.
their biggest four pillar, like homegrown young guys. They're gonna give the stamp as their guys, their homegrown stars they made from scratch.
Right.
Not truly, because they were on the indies and stuff.
Yeah, carrying the company on the shoulders of those main
But
characters.
Hangman, I don't think is talked about as one of the four pillars either. I can't think of who it is, but they've had like all four of them in the ring together and had like the four pillars match. And it's not the same. It's not the same. Like,
I wonder if it would
because
say.
back in the day, like the All Japan pillars were like
Jungle Boy,
Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara is who it is. Yeah, that's who it was.
Makes sense.
Yeah. No. Where the fuck has he been? I'm not familiar.
That's a good question, actually.
The best pillar by far is MJF. It's not close, with Darby as his secondary. Jungle Boy and Sammy are good, but no, they're not the Four Kings. I
Yeah.
just don't see how you can go, here's the four kings of guys that are homegrown monstrous talent in AEW that have been carrying a lot of the weight and weren't established as main event guys elsewhere. How do you pick anybody but MJF, Darby, Hangman, and Swerve?
I don't think you
Like,
should even
what?
have to. That's the reality.
Well,
It's
you
like-
don't. You don't.
Yeah, it's like
There
why?
is-
Why? it's
why
like-
you don't have to replicate the four pillars of All Japan
Yeah,
because
it's
you
like, what are
just
we doing?
want to. No one cares. It's not the same. But pillars of AEW, you just have to talk about Hangman and Swerve also.
Yeah, that's actually fair because they just became
How do you
that
not?
big, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And they carried so much weight. They've
Yeah,
had so
yeah.
many of the best storylines.
and I mean, they're still part of the major storylines.
Yes. Yeah.
Swerve is.
Those two are
That
just
dude's
both of them.
absolutely
Both of
fantastic.
them are fantastic.
Yeah,
They're so good, dude. They feel like they're just in their own. They're almost like a Rollins and Reigns to me, where no matter where else they go, you just feel a pull between the two of them towards each other. They're just destined to go to war with each other for eternity.
yeah.
And anytime they cross paths, even if it's in the hallway, they're like Rock and Austin. I'm not saying that they're the level of Rock and Austin or anything like that.
Right.
I just mean like that specific thing where you would see a segment 10 years from now of the Rock in the arena or whatever, and he turns and the camera pans and Austin's there going,
Right.
and they
right.
have a face down, and the roof of the arena shoots to Jupiter, just goes,
yeah, it's
gone.
like they're sort of
You know what I
meant
mean?
to be like
You're just
synergized.
meant to have
Yeah.
Hangman and Swerve
Yeah, it's just-
work against each other for eternity. They're just bonded,
Right.
bonded by blood and syringes and tacks and shit.
And that's the thing is, those are the guys. Like when people are like, "Well, they don't have any big stars," you go,
What?
What is this guy
What?
though? What are these
What?
guys?"
We can name 10 off the top of our head without even really thinking about
I
it.
can't even like imagine.
You know what I
thinking
mean?
that.
And
But
that's none of the women.
it's not even. That's just people who don't watch.
They
though.
just can't be watching you. You're just not. If you don't think Swerve and Hangman and Darby and MJF
Yeah.
and even like Mox and Jericho and shit, if you don't think these guys are stars, I don't know what to tell you. Kenny
Yeah,
Omega.
you're missing something.
What? How do you watch him? How do you watch guys like fucking Takeshita and fucking
Yeah,
like, oh, what
Kyle
are you
Fletcher.
talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
Fletcher and Osprey and shit. Like, get out of here, dude. Their roster is giga stacked. And that's the thing too. WWE's roster is also giga stacked. And all problems that we've ever had with either company are never the talent.
See, I
It's
think
never the
I
talent.
think the beauty with where AEW is at with like how many stars they have is that it's right in the pocket where they can use TV time to build other people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to Like with WWE,
They're
it
not
just feels
overwhelmed by top level
like,
guys.
yes, with WWE feels like
I couldn't
Raw,
agree more.
You're just jam packing like it with all your top guys as much as you can.
That's right. That's right.
AEW has that wiggle room still.
They do. And that's important. You have to have a sweet spot with your roster. And I don't know what that answer is.
But if you're WWE, you can't just like
people in
let
powerful
these guys
positions
go.
in these companies
Yeah.
have to know what that number is.
I just think if you're WWE, you can't go like, oh, well, we don't have space for Randy Orton.
we don't have
See
anywhere for you.
later.
So
You know what I mean?
No,
It's
no,
like,
of course not. Of
you know,
course
so
not.
you have to have them on the roster, even if
That's
they're
right.
not, a major part of the show.
But that's like no other. That's like any other company, though. It's like
Right.
you wouldn't fire a guy who's been there for 35 years and is a god tier salesman or something, and he's done nothing wrong for 20 years. He's just been a staple backbone of your company, and he deserves to retire happy there, and he's earned it and earned you millions of dollars and then some. The correct thing morally and ethically to do is not fire that guy to make room for somebody who can use a spot. But especially in an industry where that spot is going to free up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing.
Those spots, it will free up. It's not, you don't get a choice to retire in wrestling. You are gonna retire.
Yeah.
And if you get even a step worse than you were, you will not be in the main event scene. Your spot's gonna open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes it's like I'm looking at it again from like a football position. It's like,
sure,
if I have a QB2 that's like already established and is like a big deal, and my quarterback 1 that I'm trotting out there every Sunday is fantastic too.
Yep.
I still want QB2 on my team because I don't want him somewhere else.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
You have to have guys that are ready in case somebody gets injured.
Yeah.
To slot in that can handle it.
It's depth.
It's depth. Yeah. Roster depth is a huge thing, and we spent so much. But
not only that, but it keeps your competition from having this guy, the asset.
That's true. And we spent so much time in a wrestling era where there was not a lot of talent depth. That now that it's the deepest it's ever been by miles,
It's without a question.
It's without a question. You have 2 companies that have like 50 god tier talent,
and then
each.
you have TNA who has like a chunk of wicked
and
good
they've got a ton of wicked good guys.
So
and the indies have people that are good now too. You know?
Yeah, that's true. There's AAA guys that
Oh
are
my god, AAA and
I mean, AAA is a WWE company now.
It is, yeah. But then there's also Japan. There's all kinds of good guys over in Japan too. Yeah. So it's like there's just always,
SmackDown before Mania.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna take a break from wrestling this week after this show because I am burnt out after all the wrestling I watched.
Yeah, Mania
the last 2 weeks.
Tough, bro.
The Friday Night SmackDown, there was no main event.
No.
It was just Cody and fucking Punk. Yeah,
just
coming out and they just
told each other good
just,
luck.
Like, sucked each other off, and
it was
just like
weird, bro.
But this is what I didn't understand is like if you're gonna have that segment, like have it on the show, that's fine. But
why the main event?
Why is that? Why do you not have a main event the night before WrestleMania? Even if you slot in younger stars,
yeah.
To give them an opportunity.
Right. That's right.
Before Mania that aren't on the card. Like there's people that were not on WrestleMania card and you can put them in there.
You could have used them.
Yeah. Hello. Use the opportunity because you don't have to be worried if they get hurt.
No.
Because you're trying to understand. The idea is like, oh, well, we don't want anybody to get hurt before Mania, but they're not on the card.
That's
so
right.
Give them a match. Even if it's like a tag match or something.
Just something.
Anything.
Yeah.
That was just baffling to me. Why is that your main, basically? There was what before it? There was like a battle royal or some shit, like some fucking weird shit with like 6 people or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know what's going on with this fucking show.
That was weird, that's for sure.
Yeah, I thought SmackDown before Mania was weird. And it's like a prime slot. It's on that same weekend. So why wouldn't you do something here?
That whole week should have been insane.
Yep. Then after Mania, so Rhea and Io are like still in this tag team. And I texted you and I was like, dude, why doesn't Rhea turn?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like that would be perfect because it gives Io a title shot.
Yeah.
And she's like a big deal now. They don't need to be a tag team right now. And
No.
Rhea needs someone to feud with, like, now to
Yeah.
make this a thing.
It just, are they going to have her keep feuding with Jade? Because I want to see her feud with, I mean, maybe not right now.
You can now because
I
she's gonna have to
must
go.
see-
She's gonna have to go to SmackDown.
I must see Rhea and Paige interact. I must see it because Paige, I'm ultra biased. Paige is one of my favorite women's wrestlers ever, and she's the most unsung,
Yeah,
important, like pivotal person in the women's revolution because of her problems. She had addiction problems and
well, there was a
went
lot
through
of problems. There was
She
a lot
went through a lot, and she's back. She's only 34. She's prime, bro. Like she's ready to go. Her injuries are all cleared up. She's been sober for like 8 years.
Yeah,
She's in a wicked good place.
I
she's
mean,
back.
I've been seeing
So-
things ever since she's been gone of her training
Like,
and all that shit.
Oh yeah, dude. She's like over prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna crush. So like, and she looked great in the match. She had a bunch of spots in the match, and she was great in all of them.
Yeah,
like, she's
yeah.
gonna get. I can't wait to see Paige do more, and it's Paige, so you have to start. Like she's only gonna be around for a few years.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. She's open about that. This is the last run she's on. She says it openly. This is the last run I'm going to have.
Yeah.
I'm home. This is my last run. So have her feud with people that we've always wanted to see. Have some legacy stuff, and it's not hard. It's not stepping on anybody else.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
deserves to be there.
Well, everybody
and
was
it's
like-
only going to be a certain
Everybody was like,
amount of
well,
time.
hey, we're gonna put her in another feud with AJ, and then AJ's like, peace out.
Yeah. No, but I do
don't
want
need
to
it, though.
see them together at some point.
It would be cool.
Even if they don't wrestle. Even
Yeah.
if they just have a moment where like AJ comes out and you get to see them together.
but you don't need it.
But you don't
It's
need
like-
you don't need them to wrestle. We need
did
to
it
see
already.
Paige work with all the people that
now
are on
now.
her list if
modern
they're there.
modern
Yeah.
performers.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, it looks like Punk and Cody are gonna be like
Yeah.
a
Looks
thing
like they're
here.
going to be feuding.
Which is, I mean, kind of naturally it makes the most sense to me. I
It does, and it's where all the money is.
guess. It sure is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
Big names.
ridiculous.
That
Just
could be a
hand over fist money.
SummerSlam, maybe?
Also, Roman and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Roman and Jacob Fatu is going to be sick.
Yeah. That was interesting too. Kind of like getting back to this bloodline thing.
Yeah. Jay and Jimmy show up with Roman, and I'm
Yeah.
like, so we're just going to go back in.
So
I'm
wait.
not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Just
That's
like-
the best thing they ever did.
it was kind of just out of nowhere though.
It was out of nowhere. Yeah, that they were just there.
They're like, you guys remember this a couple of years ago?
Yep.
We're doing
But
it again.
Roman as the champion is the most believable thing you'll ever show me.
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Yeah.
When he came out to his old demon shit, he came out with the belt, and I was like, of course, this guy's money. Like, duh.
Yeah. He needs to stay active though. That's all.
That's it. He's got to be active.
Because you had Punk who was super active, for the
Super
most part.
active.
I wouldn't say super active now that I think about it, because it's like he had matches, but like it wasn't.
But
Darby
he was
Allin.
on the show every week, though.
Yes,
but he
was.
wasn't having.
It's
he
not
wasn't
like
killing him.
matches.
No. But he would have matches, but it was mostly he was doing all the
It
tours.
wasn't.
He was doing everything he could, everything asked of him.
It wasn't what
Really
Darby,
living the champion spot.
what Darby says he's doing is having a match every week.
Yeah,
it's like that's
different.
active.
That's like
super
Cena's
active.
U.S. Open Challenge, or all the U.S. Open challenges. Really,
Yeah, that's
they
yeah,
try to do that, and that's the beauty of the U.S. title.
right.
Which
There's levels to
Now,
how
Trick
active
Williams
you
has
be.
it, right?
I don't.
Trick Williams just beat Sammy, but was it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
U.S. or was it IC? I can't remember which one. It
What
was
show are they on?
IC title, right?
It's got to be the Intercontinental title.
It's
right?
got to be the Intercontinental
Raw.
title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, who's the U.S. champ?
Good question. We're gonna fucking.
Let's just look it up. Yeah, there's too many people, dude.
I know there's
Too
many-
much wrestling
there's
and
too
too
many
fried.
belts,
No,
too.
okay, it is Trick
It
Williams.
is the U.S. title.
Yeah, Trick Williams. Okay, so then who's the Intercontinental champion?
Fucking Penta.
It is Penta. That's right. It is. He retained in the ladder match, which was crazy. That match was sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That match was sick.
Yeah, there's too many belts, man. And then you got like the women's tag and the men's tag on both shows and shit. And you're like,
it's a lot.
God,
but they've been revamping the women's tag division and trying to actually have some teams. And there's some believable teams going on right now.
Yeah, like I miss when there were like teams.
Naya and Lash Legend is a team. Right. That's sick.
Like named teams. Like I don't like. I can't.
I think they're
a
tagged. The Bella Twins,
yeah,
I guess, are a name.
At a certain point, you just be. It's like I don't want these thrown together tag teams. I want.
I want
bring back the War Raiders, dude.
Bring back Street Posse.
Well, the Street Profits came back.
Street Profits did.
So there you go.
And they look jacked.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Dude, let's go.
So there's
I
that.
like them. I like them a lot. I'm glad they're back.
That was what was that? Raw? Something like that?
Yeah, one of them.
Also, Ethan Page and Sol Ruka both got called up.
Long overdue.
The
Ethan Page is like, what?
Yeah. Well,
he just came in and they went, no. He's one of the best in the world.
Number one
contender. Now, fast.
Yeah. They put him in number one contender spot for Penta's title.
Yep.
And then Sol Ruka.
Yeah, she
looked great.
Overdue. She's perfect timing. She's great.
Liv.
Yeah, she's great.
And she finished up. She like wrapped up her feud with Zarya there in NXT.
Yes.
That was crazy too. Did you see that spot?
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Zarya shoved her. Dude, that was crazy.
She needed to go a little farther back.
She did. It was dicey. She smacked her head pretty bad on the first table.
Was a rough fall there, but
still crazy spot. Cool spot. Ends the feud. Loved it. Zarya is now going to go on a fucking tear.
Yeah.
And she's great too.
I mean, Sol Ruka's so ready, dude.
Oh, she's already shown she's ready. She's done a few things. She was in the Rumble and shit, wasn't she?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I'm
she's
happy
been on
for
the main
her.
roster a couple times.
She's had spots. She's,
But
people,
this is her,
this is the
actual,
coming out on the main roster party.
Yeah.
For her and Ethan Page. And Ethan Page it's going to be really tough to convince fans to not force that guy into the main event picture because he's a god.
They're putting him in a title. They're putting in a minor title picture already.
He is so good, dude.
Yeah,
he's so good on the mic. He has his character down.
Yep,
he's so good, dude. That guy he's the closest thing you have in WWE right now to someone like an MJF.
Yeah,
the brash. Egotistical, but can absolutely go in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, he's great.
Man, like I love that old school type of character. I just do.
Me too. How crazy is it that Ethan Page came in and just went, I'm on the main roster fast, laser,
right,
over guys like Ricky Saints, who is wicked good and ready for main roster, but he's also one of Cody's true friends in the business, and even he's not on the main roster yet.
He doesn't. I don't know if he needs to yet.
I don't think he does. It's just funny that Ethan just got rocketed to the main roster, dude, and it's overdue.
I remember seeing I remember seeing his entrance from 2K26. Like someone had posted it, and it looked photo real. Like when the lights came on, when he's doing the fucking
Are you talking about Ricky?
Was like, the Ricky Saints like entrance looked insane. And I was like, dude, was that a real video? Like for a second, I actually thought it was a real vid. Like it was actually crazy. And like the graphics aren't that insane, but the lighting shot, like
makes
something
all
about
the difference.
Something about the lighting was fucking. You were
lighting
just like,
makes all the difference, man. It's like if you play the new Resident Evil game, right? I won't spoil anything. Requiem was like unbelievable. It was one of the best Resident Evil games ever, at least in my opinion. But one of the things that made the game so good is that the lighting is a certain stylized lighting that makes it feel real, like more real. It makes like monsters almost have a body horror feel.
Yeah, here it is.
Here we go.
Is this it? Yeah, 2K26. Dude, it looked so good. I don't know if it's going to really come through.
You're going to go, no, it looks like shit. Yeah, that looks so good.
Doesn't that look wicked?
Yeah, now you can tell it's not.
It.
But that first shot is so good when the lights come on. Yeah,
I was, dude, that looks
that's
incredible.
So good.
What?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like that's
Yeah.
what games need to look like right there
Yep.
all the time.
And Ricky's great, man. He's so good on the mic. He came in ahead of the curve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He came in ahead of the curve, but so did Ethan Page, and I would argue way more.
Right.
He seems like he's had more time in the business than anybody.
Well, it's different because you're working in the
those
performance
guys.
center. Like it's a different thing. Like
Yes.
you know how to work WWE's style, like how they want
That's
you
right.
to work. It's
That's
a different,
right.
It's
That's
a different
right.
thing. It really is.
Yeah, and what gets you called up is when you master their style, not, or at least get good enough at their thing where they see
Yes.
in you that you're ready.
Exactly.
Not
only
that you're just good.
You're proving to them that
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
do what they need you
That's
to do.
right. That's right.
Finn beat JD. That was a decent match too.
Yes.
That's whole thing's interesting too because like I don't understand. You would think that the demon thing should be like the culmination of all of this, you know. But they're gonna carry a lot of this Judgment Day stuff along a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
and that's okay.
And we did a lot of like I don't know the demon thing. I thought they didn't handle it that well, but
Me neither. Yeah. And evidently neither does Finn because he just got done saying on Cody's podcast how he wishes that they would make it a surprise and let him use it when he wants to use it, not just when they want to try to sell tickets off the back of it.
Yep.
Because otherwise it instant becomes a gimmick. You go, oh, it's just a money grab and it has not. And when we already know that that's how Finn feels. So now we know he doesn't give a fuck.
yeah, and
about it.
he stopped doing it in the first place for that reason
Because of that. And they went, let's bring it back and advertise it to sell tickets and just completely
just-
fuck him over.
Fuck that, dude.
Given it was sick and he crushed it. Shocker. We knew that. But it would have been even better if we didn't know that he was
Yeah.
going to be the demon.
He did a
and
good
I
job
can't
with it.
imagine how you could think otherwise.
I fucking thought some of it was cringe. Like I hated the paint, some of the paint on his like back and shit. You're like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they writing demon?
Overdone.
I don't know, man. But we talked about Roman and Jacob. That should be fun.
That should be fun.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you know that both of those guys have chemistry and you know that they're both good. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, and who's better than Roman? Like, let's really think about it. Who's better than Roman overall? Who's had he has the record for WrestleMania main events. He's handled that pressure over and over and over again.
Yeah.
He's done whatever level of cinematic, whatever they need. His promos, his in-ring work, like his ability, his timing when it comes to being in front of the biggest crowds on the biggest stakes. You know
There's
what I
a
mean?
certain point where you've been built high enough to where you can settle into this John Cena spot, right? Where,
That's right. Yeah.
You don't have to put on like the most incredible matches, but not even that. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to be extravagant or too complicated.
No.
Nothing you do has to be dangerous or
No, you get to a point where you transcend the moves and then you have the best matches anybody ever has. And it's not because you did a fucking backflip.
Exactly.
It's because you just threw sloppy looking bad punches and it didn't matter because the crowd blew the roof off for 30 minutes straight
Because
and there's people crying in the audience and shit.
it's a matter of how over you are as a character.
That's it. It's why a lot of people argue the greatest match ever is Hogan Rock at WrestleMania 18, and they did almost nothing.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because look at the crowd.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with Cena, everybody complained about his limited moves,
And then he
it's
went, okay, let's do the Open US Challenge, and I'll show you guys different moves every
well,
week.
that's the thing is he can do it, but
Yep.
like you
But
don't
it didn't
have
matter.
to. You don't
he
have
proved
to.
that point to the audience. Like,
Yes.
oh no, I can work. I am fucking filthy. I do have a million tricks up my sleeve, and I don't use them because you don't need them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put on memorable matches.
And there's only a handful of people that are able to get into that position to be over enough to the point where you don't have to work that hard, you know?
That's right. Yep. To me, it's the same thing as like in music. If you go, we're writing the most technical music that's incredible, but it has zero catchiness to it. It has zero memorable moments. It has no earworm factor. It's just ultra technical technique only,
Yeah.
and only pops musicians versus songs that are technically challenging to play. That's still high level musicianship taking
And then there's
place.
something that
But
catches you.
it's constant memorable moments.
Yeah.
You know? And that
They
can be
need
over.
hooks.
That could be any genre, from Van Halen to Sting to fucking Between the Buried and Me to Opeth or some shit. You know,
Right.
like
You
Between the
need-
Buried and Me would be one of the greatest examples of a band that writes a lot of very complicated material that on first listen you
Yeah.
might not notice the moments. But if you pay attention, there are moments, you
Yes.
know, but it's definitely less digestible than like fucking Jump by Van Halen, which still has, or Hot for Teacher, which has crazy ass musicianship, but it's also swinging
It's
and
also
makes
the
every
same tempo,
human geek.
yeah, the entire
You know?
time, same time
yeah,
signature.
yeah. And it's just verse, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, verse, chorus, whatever.
Right. But
And
it
then
works.
nuts guitar solo, and it works. And
Mm-hmm.
people think that formulas are the issue, and that's why I bring that up, because in wrestling it's the same way.
Exactly.
If you have the most technical in-ring work match ever, but there's no memorable moments and no storytelling, then it might be technically challenging, but no one's going to remember it. And all the best matches are the matches people remember forever.
Yeah. And it's like, so, that's another thing. Like the, Darby and Tommaso Ciampa match was fantastic.
Fantastic.
But it's like, it's one of those matches where you're like, no one's really going to remember this match
No.
because there's
Nope.
some crazy
perfect example.
spots.
Perfect example.
But, you
perfect
know-
example. You know what match you are going to remember forever, though? Darby versus MJF, where he did a coffin drop 4 times after a low blow and then did a headlock takeover for a pin.
Yeah. That's the
And you're
thing.
never going to forget it if
It's
you're
all
a fan
about
of those guys.
The storyline.
You know what I mean? Whereas these guys had an incredible, and I loved that. I love that Tommaso Ciampa comes in, he's instantly fighting for the biggest title. This was crazy, dude.
Yeah, let me show that again because I'm going to show it. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll show it. It takes 2 seconds.
But this is a wild spot onto the outside,
Oh my God.
like
dude.
on the mats on the floor.
Yeah, that is so crazy, dude.
And then they go to a commercial break. Some people were like, "Well, why isn't that the finish?" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
"Well, do you understand
'Cause
ring
it doesn't need to
psychology?"
be.
Yeah, because if they're both taking an impact here,
Yeah.
he's not gonna. Ciampa's
How's he
not gonna
gonna win
pop
from
up.
that?
Yeah, he
He's-
can't cover him on the outside, and
he's
he's not gonna
hoping-
pop up and throw him into the ring and pin him.
And the psychology behind the spot is that he just can't kill Darby, so he's trying to pull out
Everything he
wicked
can.
risky stuff where he's gonna hurt himself, but he might hurt Darby more, and he's hoping he survives it and can get Darby in the ring to pin him
yeah, it's
eventually.
like, how do you not?
He's just
get
trying to
the-
wear him out. I don't get how
not
you don't get
understand
that.
the whole concept of it.
Yeah. But anyways,
It was a great match, though. This was
I loved that match. I didn't think it was necessarily the least memorable match ever or anything. I've definitely seen worse.
Sure.
I thought it was a great first title defense against a guy who's deserved it for far longer than he's been in AEW, and it made me really happy to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy we're going to see more of Tommaso Ciampa in that main event circulation. He needs to be there.
I think it's great
Main
that,
event,
that
the
Darby,
world title.
Darby said, like, I'm just going to put my body on the line every week, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and
And if someone gets me and takes it, cool.
or if he gets hurt, somebody else takes the title. Like,
And then now it's on you.
yep.
I love it. That's how it should be. Fighting champ saying, yeah, I'm going to make this title the most badass title there is. Not like in a hardcore title way, in a prestigious way where it's like the guy who has this
Yeah.
has to go all in. And he has to be a fighting champion or he's despised.
I'll tell you what's going to happen is he's going to go through all these matches week after week and just be exhausted
Yes.
when MJF
and MJF's going to come back and pull a fast one on him, get the belt back.
same way.
And never defend it and be a scumbag and
He
shit.
can do it the same way.
And it'll be
'cause
perfect.
The story's going to be the same. Darby's going to be exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
After his match
It's
or
made.
whatever.
It's perfect. Yeah.
You could do that.
You can tell that AEW sees MJF and Darby as 2 of their top guys among the guys they really do see as their top guys. And you can see that with Darby's championship, they're going a step further and doing something that wrestling fans always dream of and WWE will literally never do or rarely ever does, which is give compelling main event level storylines for world title level defenses to guys on the up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
They'll never do it. A guy like fucking Brody facing Darby for the world title is going to be God tier, dude. God
And
tier.
What it does too is it's not only are you
And they
like
all deserve it.
you're helping each one of these guys that deserves a shot.
That's right.
And you're just like, you have the world title on your show every week. It draws people in.
Honorable mention real quick for Coyote versus Acme with John Cena. Looks God tier.
I haven't
It
seen
look,
this.
dude, yeah. It looks funny. You're going to like it.
Oh no.
First off, if you're an old fuck like us, you grew up watching Roadrunner cartoons, and so just the thought of anything to do with this is like, I'm in fast. But now what it actually is so perfect, dude.
I love this like Space Jam mix of like
Yes.
real like
But look who's in this.
cartoons with fucking
Yo,
Oh.
Forte. This is so funny, dude.
Wile E. Coyote. He is reckless.
And it's literally like a court. It's not gonna be a drama, but it's a court scenario of Wile E. Coyote trying to sue Acme for all the shit he's gotten fucked over on with malfunctioning equipment and shit.
This is your opportunity to really show people.
Yeah,
what
this
they're
and
capable of.
Forte is the lawyer.
Companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
This is gonna be ridiculous, dude.
Nothing is here.
We really have nothing.
I saw a comment on this. Someone said, "Oh, a female lead." Pass. And I was like, that's so scummy.
Such
The
a-
internet comments are trash, but also pretty funny, dude. Yeah. And the only reason we're even watching this is because John Cena.
yeah.
But he plays the
No.
Acme guy in it. Oh, yeah. Where's Michael
The
Jordan,
big
though? You
reveal,
know what
you
I mean?
Yeah. I
Michael
love
Jordan's
the,
the actual reveal.
I just like I'm so obsessed with that like live action with the cartoons. It's so cool.
Specifically, Looney Tunes always works with that.
Yeah, of course. That reminds me of like what's that show the chair company or whatever
Oh, yeah.
that Tim Robbins is doing where it's just like he's trying to hunt down the chair company that had a chair that broke on his stage or whatever.
Yeah.
So
So ridiculous.
Yeah, I love dude, Cena's great in movies. He
Cena's
really is.
great. And his hosting of Mania was good too. And you could tell he
For-
genuinely for what it like you could tell he understood what it was and was going, I just,
Yeah. It was funny because like I think the best part was when Danhausen's explosion thing
Yeah.
went off. And he
yeah,
scared the shit
dude,
out of him.
he apparently loves Danhausen. I love that Danhausen calls fucking he calls him Egon because of ego. He just calls him Egon, bro. I love that.
That's like Cold Steve.
Cold Steve is amazing. Yeah, I will constantly shout out Danhausen. I think he's one of the best things going in wrestling right now because he's just a hilarious comedy act, and he can wrestle.
He's had one.
He's
match,
totally
hasn't he?
respectable in the ring. Yeah, I
he's
haven't
only had
seen him
one
enough to
match.
know if he's like some fucking god in the ring or something, but he's good. He's competent enough to have matches and be more than just an off-screen
Dude, it's like
character.
such a huge social media boost for them too.
Oh my god, yeah, he's too good. He's too good. Everything he touches is gold, and it's weird. It's almost like an actual curse is happening in real life where this guy can't miss. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
whatever he touches is gold, and so far out there of abstract away from like the title picture and shit. It's
Yeah,
just he just
it's-
wants a blimp and shit. Like it's so good.
He just wants to shoot T-shirts at the fans.
Yup. And be like, go buy more t-shirts so I can get more human money. And runs away. Oh my god. But him doing the pop to be like, you can't see me.
Yeah, and
Thinking
then-
it was going to be sick and just
The
poof.
lights are all
And then
up.
he just books and crawls under the ring, dude.
So funny,
Ah,
dude. I love that shit.
so good, dude. So good.
All right, that's it, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you're watching live, if not, it's every other Thursday. You can
Yep.
check us out on YouTube and Twitch. All that's going to be in the description, probably. Go to the store, shop.clearshotstudios.com. Buy
Please
some
do.
merch, buy a cool shirt,
The worstling shirt or whatever.
the Worstling,
Worstling.
and
worstling.
give us your human monies.
Give us human monies, please. That's so stupid.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Peace out.
Adios.